couple of questions that I want to leave with. But the first is we spoke about this briefly, but I interested in people's perspective before we even get into this conversation. The levels of wealth, and this is something that you had posted, and I just thought that it was pretty interesting because it was like 0 to 500,000 is I believe you said broke. Well, that was what
I didn't say
said.
that.
And then
that was a post.
Or not you said, but that was a post.
Yeah.
And then 500 to 2 million was middle class, and then 2 million to 10 million was like comfortable, and then 10 million. So yeah, let's talk about this different levels of wealth conversation.
When I first saw this post, maybe 14 years ago, I had the reaction that most people did. It was like, what the fuck? Like, huh? Really? Because growing up in a harsh economic environment, you were told like if you got to 100,000, you were doing well. But there are literally levels to wealth. So for context, when becoming a millionaire became a thing, that was in the 1800s. So if you adjust for $1 million today, going back to 1800, that'll put you somewhere in between 21 million to 29 million, depending on where you live. And this is why athletes that are top tier athletes in the NBA make between 20 to $30 million per year. I don't want you guys to get discouraged, but I do want you to know, because of inflation, a falling dollar, and a bunch of other macroeconomic factors, I think we all can agree having $100,000 goal isn't enough, because once you have kids, house, car, family, it's not enough. But to the ultimate level that we all want to get to is to be able to have at least $10 million. And this is why I tell you guys, like, the levels of having 1,000 shares, 10,000 shares, and then ultimately 100,000 shares is a number that you want to get to. So I know it pissed some people off. I didn't make the graphic, but these are the levels that come from wealth according to the Federal Reserve. I know Felix Dennis got credit for it, but if you look and go talk to anyone who's actually free. I've talked to plenty of people that live in New York and LA that have 10 or $15 million net worth, and they're terrified. They're like, I'm 33 years old. I thought it would be enough. I have 2 kids. And let's be honest, if you're black or brown, if you come into any money, there's 5 other family members that you're going to have to take care of, especially during last year. So I know I wanted to reset the room and understand how much we need to actually be free. And this is why I tell you guys every single week and every opportunity that I can, you have to invest every month. You need a business. You need insurance. You need 28 streams. Even when we first came on the show, I was like, hey, you need 60 months of savings. And everyone was like, Rashad, what the hell you find us do with this jacket talking crazy? And then COVID hit. And then it was like, wow, 6 months doesn't, because, and I love Susie Orman dearly, dearly, dearly. Even though he's crazy at times, the Baby Steps blueprint is pretty solid pre 250K to millionaire status by Dave Ramsey. But when they're telling you that they only have 6 months, I always tell you guys, watch what the top 5 companies in the world do and the top 200 people that are the wealthiest do. They don't have 6 months saved. So I told you guys a story for those of you who don't know. When I heard it and the guy told me you need 60 months, I was like, man, get out of here. He opened up his account and showed me the 60 months in his account. It changed the way that I thought about money forever, because he says, under no circumstances will the Federal Reserve allow us to stay in a recession for more than 3 years. So worst case scenario, you need to have 60 put away if all hell breaks loose. So I know it bothered some people, but anytime that you find information that bothers you or upsets you, especially financially, you have to use that pain and frustration into motivation and go harder in the things that we talked about here every week in terms of investing.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that after you said it, I had the same reaction that you did. And it was like, wait, what? But it makes sense, right? And as you accumulate more, you realize how much the money won't be for you anyway. It'll be about the people you can take care of. And so like when we had 60 months, I mean, those are the type of terms that we only hear when we get in a car. Like that's what your finance is going to be, right?
But there's a reason for that. And not to cut you, but think about that. They'll put you in a 60-month lease to secure their family for, now imagine 60-month lease with 3,000 customers. You think that their family's worried about a recession? No, they have so many streams coming in that unless God calls them home, they have nothing to worry about financially. It's put right in front of our face. But they tell us, well, you're not worthy of 60 months of savings or 10,000 shares or 100,000 shares. Why? I even posted on Twitter today, like, they haven't taught us about investing or finances in school, but also they haven't taught us how to love properly or how to build families. Because if you have love in your household and you build a family, what does that create? True generational wealth. Why haven't they taught it? To control. It's a deeper layer that we have not talked about that I won't get into because I want us to stay on YouTube.
Ian, that was a great formula, man.